came to Clemson to play in situations like this. What's this like for you?
Oh, it's awesome. Obviously, my first regional here in 5 years of college, so it's kind of surreal. I'm just excited to see the atmosphere of playing some postseason baseball for the first time in a while and kind of just experience it all for the first time.
Have the guys told you what it's like, playing like that Tennessee game last year was incredible? But they told you what the environment's like?
Yeah, they said the fans are rowdy. It's loud as we'll hear it in the stadium, so I'm just looking forward to being a part of that and hopefully giving the fans something to cheer about.
How much do you think that'll help you, having the energy of the fans coming in here?
Oh, it'd be a big time. It's easy to get momentum when the fans have your back, and kind of no matter what's going on, if things don't go your way, it's kind of one thing can kind of turn the fans' energy back into it and give you all the momentum back. So I'd say playing at home and obviously in front of a packed house definitely gives you an advantage.
Coach mentioned your superpower as a team is the ability, if you're down 6-0, you guys don't worry about it and you come back.
Yeah.
Why is that, and where do you think that comes from?
I think that comes from Blake Wright, honestly. He said it in the speed or in our banquet I think it was in the winter in December. He said we're never out of the fight, and it's kind of his preaching thing. Obviously, Coach Backish does a good job of preaching that too. But our captains, and I guess specifically Blake Wright, his mindset and kind of just what he brings to the table, it's what he preaches. We're never out of the fight, and we know we're always one swing away from getting the momentum back, or one pitch away, one double play away from kind of just seizing that momentum and turning it into our game.
You were kind of a middle of the lineup guy earlier in the year, and Coach Backett says, "We're gonna try you in the leadoff spot." What'd you think about that?
I've been doing it my whole life. Up until college, I've kind of batted leadoff. I'm pretty used to it. I think I thrive getting on base, so obviously feel comfortable in the leadoff spot. Honestly, I'm just excited to have good hitters hitting in front of me and behind me, no matter where I am in the lineup. It's easy when you have studs throughout the lineup, 1 through 9. So honestly, wherever I am in the lineup, it's pretty easy when I've got have hitters like that all around me.
Get Tristan tomorrow on the mound, Coach said. You guys excited to have him back out there for Friday
night?
Oh,
absolutely. He's obviously sets the tone pretty well. In the South Carolina game earlier in the year, he came out and had probably the best start of the year for us. So obviously we got some high hopes for him again. He's a stud. This is what he brings to the table from velocity-wise, stuff-wise, and just pounding the strike zone-wise. So, yeah, we're absolutely excited to have him back out there, excited to see what he does.
It's going all the way back to Richmond to here. Why was Clemson the place you wanted to come, and did you want to play in like an ACC?
Oh, absolutely. I wanted to play in a power conference. Honestly, I wanted the chance to compete for a national championship, and obviously when I was talking to Coach Backish and Coach Schnabel, I also wanted a place where I could develop as a player. I think that I had room to get better, and I think they've kind of thrived under that to help me, and I also want to just be a part of a team culture. And I know Coach Leggett talks about that culture. He still preaches us that culture every day, and it's something I want to be a part of, kind of just from a whole university perspective, and then obviously from a baseball perspective too.
What ways do you feel like you've gotten better playing at this level, playing for the Scotia team?
Oh, honestly, just the mental side of everything. Coach Backish does a great job of teaching us mental training in the fall and taking it into our routines, our breaths, and everything. Kind of just keeping our bodies under control, our minds under control, no matter how big the atmosphere is or no matter how big the circumstance is. He does a great job of kind of teaching us how to control ourselves and focus our energy towards the right things. I think that's been huge. And then honestly, just from a first perspective of swinging, I think that kind of narrowed it down. But it's the mental game training that's done it for me.
I guess how would you describe it to people? Is it basically like meditating, or like what are you guys?
It's just focusing on the breath, kind of just bring everything back in. We do like psychological, physiological size and stuff to just kind of bring your heart rate down and everything. And our pre-pitch routine, kind of just getting a focal point, bringing everything back in, and kind of just focusing on the stuff you can control. You know what I mean? There's the uncontrollables, the weather, the umpires, stuff you can have no effect on you. So just kind of focusing on anything you can control.
My brother's a breathwork instructor, so I know a lot about
That's
that.
great. Yeah, it's fun.
There's a lot of talk about the potential of y'all facing Vandy later on. How are you staying focused on the matchup with High Point and not listening to all the storylines that come with that potential?
Oh, well, obviously you got to win. I mean, if we lose to High Point, you never know who you're facing. Obviously, even if we win, we won't know who wins that first game tomorrow anyway. So honestly, we haven't done that all year. We haven't looked past our opponent all year. It's kind of just what we've been working on the whole time. We know High Point is a challenge. We know there's some good pitching and some good bats in the lineup. So we're in the postseason. Anybody can beat anybody. You got to just stay focused on who you're playing next.
Alden, this is what you came here to do, have a chance to get to Omaha. Now that it's finally here, getting ready for a regional, what's your level of excitement, your level of anticipation getting ready for this week?
Oh, it's great. I'd say every morning I've woke up this week, it's kind of building up. I can only imagine how I'm going to be feeling in the morning. It's probably going to be kind of a Christmas Eve feeling tonight and Christmas morning feeling tomorrow. I mean, exactly. You came here to make a run to Omaha, and the fact that we're finally here after 50-some games, it's absolutely exciting, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
Coach Bakich has talked so much about what crowd noise can do. Sorry if you've been asked this already, but as a player, what is the synchronization of a crowd? What can that do for you guys?
It's just easy to build momentum, I'd say one swing of the bat or one double play, it's easy to kind of just take that and run with it. It's so awesome just hearing the crowd explode after doing something good. And obviously, if you're not doing something good and the fans get on you a little bit, I like that too. I'm from Philadelphia, so we definitely are hard on our teams when they're not performing up to standard, and I love that. It means they're into it. It means that they got our backs no matter what.
I guess do you bond with Blake Wright as a Phillies fan? Or?
Oh, absolutely. Josh Davis, I'll shout him out too. He's a big Phillies fan. We would watch all the playoffs game together. We even went down to Atlanta when they played for Game 2 in the NLDS, and that was awesome too.
For your excitement, what time will you be here tomorrow?
Oh, I'll be here to watch the first game too. Probably a little bit before that, to kind of just see the whole atmosphere and everything. Got to get accustomed to it. Obviously, played in some big games before, but this will be up there just from an excitement level and from just being a part of something special.
How did the early exit in the ACC tournament last week kind of motivate you guys to be better than that performance and entering the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, it's postseason baseball. It's win or go home, and obviously it's a bad feeling in our stomach, bad feeling in our hearts. We gotta play better if you want to survive and advance here. So honestly, we came home, regrouped a little bit, and kind of just, I'd say, if you win it like they did last year, I don't want to say they weren't working as hard, but it kind of just gives you a new level of, oh, here we are. We gotta lock it in here. We gotta focus up. We gotta play to our standard.
Bakich called your guys' ability to come back your superpower.
Mm-hmm.